How you doing, darling? How you getting on? Any horses running worth betting on? How's the weather down there? I hope you're keeping warm. How you feeling, sweetheart? Are you moving on? Are you sleeping okay? Or do the nights go on and on? I hope you're eating well. I hope you're staying strong. 'Cause I'm fine, then I'm not. Spinning round and I can't stop. I can't do this alone. For time flies and it's so slow. I'm up and down like a yo-yo. I can't do it on my own. And I've tried and I can't pull the sword from the stone. How are your mom and dad? How's your brother too? My folks are holding up. My sister's pulling through. And both the cats say hi. I know they miss you too. 'Cause I'm fine, then I'm not. Spinning round and I can't stop. I can't do this alone. For time flies and it's so slow. I'm up and down like a yo-yo. I can't do it on my own. And I've tried and I can't pull the sword from the stone. Cause I'm fine, then I'm not. I'm spinning round and I can't stop. I can't do this alone. For time flies and it's so slow. I'm up and down like a yo-yo. I can't do it on my own. And I've tried and I can't pull the sword from the stone. Good evening, Internet. How are you all? Thank you for tuning in for the 10th and final lockdown live stream. And also thank you for your fantastic response to the new album. It's been a really exciting weekend for me, releasing this record into the world. And it's been such a quick turnaround, you know, from writing the songs to recording them, to then releasing them, all in the space of this crazy, intense little lockdown period. And yeah, it's been amazing to watch and do, and yeah, to see all of your wonderful comments and the fact that you're loving it so much is such a buzz for me. So thank you so much. I'm just going to play the album from start to finish. So that was Sword from the Stone, which is the first track. And this next one is called Year on Year, Day by Day. Well, is life just a walk up a steep hill? You get to the top and then it's all downhill. Spinning round like the arms of a windmill, and you never slow down. And is love just a fool foolish emotion, a Hollywood dream, just a childish notion. Plenty of fish, but I'm miles from the ocean, for I'm scared that I'll drown. I always thought that I would see it coming, like a train rolling down the line. I never dreamed that I would end up running away from myself and out of time. Hey, 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 I feel it slipping away, year on year, day by day. And how do you know when it's really crunch time? You can choke on a fortune cookie one unfortunate lunchtime, and I fear death is just the final punchline of this comedy show. So make them laugh before you go. I always thought that I would see it coming, like a storm in a summer sky. I thought I'd hear the marching band drumming, thought I'd see the fireworks reflecting her eyes. Oh, hey, 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 I feel it slipping away, year on year, day by day. Life can drag you under, and it can feel so frightening. Love can steal your thunder, or strike you down with lightning, and at the end of it you'll see. I always thought that I'd see it land, and the hairs on the back of my neck would stand. There's no fireworks and marching band, just a letter from the Queen if you live longer than planned. Oh, hey, 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 I feel it slipping away, year on year and day by day. Year on year, day by day. Even the happy songs that I write, which I would include that one as a happy song, if you listen to the lyrics, it's just about how time is running out for all of us. So you might be tapping your foot, you might be having a little boogie, and then you're like, fuck, it's still miserable. How does he manage that? Also, I don't really know what I've done to my hair. I think it's a reaction to having the afro through lockdown, and now I've sort of gone retired Premier League footballer. So what do you think of the hair, everyone? Just say yes or no in the comments if you can, because it would actually be genuinely helpful. I'm not sure if it's me. Still no hair comments, that's worrying. I take silence as a bad thing. Lots of yeses and nos. So that's kind of how I feel about it. I'm yes and no as well, so I don't think it's going to be a lasting feature. More importantly than my haircut, this album, it's called Patchwork, and it's all, I know I've been banging on about this for the last couple of days, but all of the proceeds are going to the Trussell Trust, which is a food bank organisation here in the UK. It's pretty depressing for one of the world's largest economies. We still have so many people needing to use food banks, but that's the world that we live in, certainly the country that we live in at the moment. And with COVID and the chaos that that's going to bring, it's only going to get worse. So these guys are doing an amazing job. So every penny that goes, that sort of is generated from this record, whether it be streaming or download, goes straight to them. There's no recording cost, there's no nothing. Every single penny goes to them. So please keep on streaming it on Apple and Spotify and everything else. And listen, if you do want to give a bit more money, there is a link just below a download link where it costs £5 to download the album, and you can actually donate £500,000 if you want. The sky's the limit. You can pay whatever you want for it. So yeah, no pressure at all, but it is there if you so desire. I'm going to play the title track. And it's a very fiddly little guitar piece, so I will try not to get it wrong. You go your way, I'll go my way. You take the stars, I'll keep the moon. I'll go the coast road, you take the highway, and I'll see you soon. You watch the sunrise, I'll chase the sunset. You drink the water, I'll drink the wine. You run like red rum, I'll follow your breadcrumbs, I won't be far behind. For our lines will always cross like patchwork on a quilt. You know nothing's ever lost, it's all kept somewhere. And these stones are heavy, but look at everything we've built. Oh, and when we're ready, we'll weave another square of our patchwork quilt. So go quickly and nimble, needle and thimble, weave a stitch for every day. Go weave your thread through cotton and cloth, and I will do the same. And if you find that you fall out of time and your fabric starts to fray, just know that everything passes in time and nothing stays the same. For our lines will always cross like patchwork on a quilt. You know nothing's ever lost, it's all kept somewhere. And these stones are heavy, but look at everything we've built. Oh, and when we're ready, we'll weave another square of a patchwork quilt. Whew. It's most of my songs I just use the same old picking pattern. I only know about 3 finger picking patterns. I just play them really quickly so nobody notices. But that one's a really, really tricky little number. This next song was the first one that I wrote as part of this little group of songs. And it was just as we were going into lockdown, and it was kind of like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, it still is. It still is like that, isn't it? Months later. That's the question I keep on asking myself. But I try to find some sort of glimmer of positivity, and I think the only thing to cling on to at that moment was the fact that, you know, the environment was getting a bit of a break. You know, there wasn't a million aeroplanes buzzing around the world, and industry had kind of paused, and you know, all of these wonderful stories about how animals were kind of running through city centres, and you know, nature was kind of very quickly taking things back. I think that was a really heartwarming positive to find in amongst the misery and worry. So this is called Venice Canals, and it goes a little something like this. I know there's pain and suffering. You can feel the tension in the air. They can see the stars shine in Beijing and hear the birds song in Times Square. Well, I know you're feeling insecure from all this change that's come to pass. But the skies are blue in Singapore. They can smell the ocean in Belfast. But don't get me wrong, there ain't no happy songs, and there's nothing you can hold on to for now. But when you're feeling low, my dear, just know the water's crystal clear. The fish are swimming in the Venice Canal. Well, I know there's heartbreak and sorrow, and I know there's really nothing I can say. But we'll be closer tomorrow to the end of all of this than we are today. So watch the sunrise from your window and hear the rain fall on the ground. Tell your loved ones that you love them. Miss the ones that aren't around. But don't get me wrong, this ain't no happy song. There's nothing you can hold on to for now. But when you're feeling low, my dear, know the water's crystal clear, and the fish are swimming in the Venice canals. Can you guys hear that bird? It's super loud in here. And actually, when I filmed that video months ago, there was a really loud bird as well. Maybe it's the same guy. Maybe he just loves that song and he's like, this is my duet. This is my thing. And he listens out for that little guitar bit at the beginning. Probably not. And yes, Rosie was around. She's now slinking off to go and kill something else that's little and defenseless probably. This next song is I got really sad about not being able to travel. Obviously, you know, none of us can travel, and I realised that how much a part of my life is travelling. You know, I've been basically travelling non-stop for years, and completely taking it for granted. I just get on a plane and think, yeah, this is completely normal, and you sort of turn up in some other country and play gigs and see wonderful things and meet brilliant people. And after doing it for so long, it just kind of becomes the normal reality, and suddenly when you can't do it, it's just I suddenly realised how important it really was. And for some reason I was taken back to this very specific moment. I went to New Zealand a few years ago with Louise, and we did a wonderful road trip around the South Island, and it was magical. It was such a sense of freedom, just being in a car and driving around and not really having a plan, and just kind of watching this beautiful country kind of unfold before our eyes. And Queenstown is a beautiful town, and it was one of the highlights, and I just got this very, very vivid image of that day, and I wrote this song. It's for Louise, and it's called Queenstown. When I think back to that morning in Queenstown, my heart starts to ache. Sitting in the shade of the hire car, throwing stones into the lake. We didn't know that life would throw a little more than we could take. If I ever get back to Queenstown, I won't make the same mistake. Do you remember the water on our skin? Cold as ice and sweet as gin. Drunk on love, on life, well, we drank the whole thing down. I remember the soft summer air, the golden sunlight in your hair, singing and laughing, driving the coast road down to Queenstown. Do you remember that evening in Queenstown, walking down by the pier? Sun going down to the piano man, and the moon shining down so clear. Drinking wine and feeling fine, oh, and we had no idea. If I ever get back to Queenstown, I have one for you, my dear. Do you remember the water that night, shimmering under restaurant lights? Drunk on love and life, yeah, we drank the whole thing down. I remember the magic in the air, the silver moonlight in your hair, making love, sleeping safe and sound in Queenstown. But life moves fast and years have passed. Now I'm living on my own. I see you now and again through mutual friends, but we know that bird has flown. Sitting on the couch in this big old house, I've never felt so alone. If I ever get back to Queenstown, I might not come home. If I ever get back to Queenstown, I might not come home. I think that's my favourite song on the album. I think "Sword from the Stone" is probably catchier, and that, you know, has a catchier chorus. But I think there's something about Queenstown that just feels, very honest. And in fact, I think that's what's special about this whole album. It's so vulnerable. I think it's the most vulnerable I've ever been. One of the most vulnerable periods of my life, as I'm sure it has been for so many of you guys as well. But to then like plough all of that into songwriting, and that's all I'm ever trying to do, is be as honest and vulnerable as possible. But when you're not feeling honest and vulnerable necessarily, it makes sense that you can't necessarily write those songs either. But yeah, it's been such a weird time, so up and down, and I'm so proud of these songs as a result. You know, I think they're just a mirror of that, and I hope you guys feel the same for you as well. I hope, yeah, they've helped through this weird and rough time. Let's play another happy song, which again is more just about feeling trapped. So not that happy.
But I've been living in a dream that I can't wake up from, swimming upstream. I can't get to the sea where the fish swim free. Staring at a screen that I don't get much from, staring so long. Can't see the wood from the trees or the birds from the bees. Well, half of the time, well, it flies right by. A child would be in the blink of an eye. And half of the time, well, it goes so slow. Sit outside and watch the grass grow. I've been running on a treadmill, legs like lead. Would there ever be a need of all this thread I've been weaving since I was born? And the paper's read and the government said I should stay in bed, stop the virus spread. I won't believe for so long. Some nights I feel okay, I close my eyes and drift away. Some nights I just lay and stare at the ceiling like it's gonna go somewhere. Swimming upstream, swimming upstream. And I keep swimming but I go nowhere. It's all the same when I come up for air, and I just can't get there. Swimming upstream, swimming
Thank you very much. It's always weird saying thank you very much when there is no applause. I feel quite insane. Still really haven't got the hang of this live stream stuff, and it's the last one, but I hope you've enjoyed them. I think they've been very challenging at times, these live streams for me, especially throughout lockdown when I'm not necessarily feeling quite up to singing in front of lots of people on a Sunday night, but I'm so glad that I did it. It helped me so much, and yeah, thank you all so much for coming along with me. I just have two more songs. This one is a cover, and it's a song that I liked before lockdown. When I first heard it, I was like, yeah, that's lovely. And then I heard it on the radio during lockdown, and I just, sometimes, you know, when you hear a song properly for the first time, you're just in the right headspace, in the right mood, and it just hits you. The lyrics really hit me this time. And so I started playing it, and I did a little cover of it a few months ago. And it felt right to put it on the record. It just felt like it was kind of an integral part of this group of songs. So it is Someone You Loved by Lewis Capaldi.
I'm going under, and this time I fear there's no one to save me. This all or nothing's really got a way of driving me crazy. Well, I need somebody to heal, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way it numbed all the pain. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you love. I'm going under, and this time I fear there's no one to turn to. This all or nothing way of loving's got me sleeping without you. I need somebody to know, somebody to heal, somebody to have, just to know how it feels. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you help me escape. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved, and I tend to close my eyes when it hurts sometimes, and I fall into your arms. I'll be safe in your sound till you come back around. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved.
What a song. Beautiful song. It's been emotional. And this is my second whiskey, so it makes everything a little bit more emotional. I want to say a few thank yous about the album. I want to say massive thank you to my producer Chris Vallejo, who is just so long suffering and has to spend an awful lot of time with me in a very small, dark recording studio, and that is not an easy task. So yeah, he's amazing. Thank you, Chris, for working so hard and for making it happen. To Andrew Phillips and to Richard Brinklow for playing on the album. Just amazing. Thank you so much at such last minute as well. Sarah Lannock for the wonderful artwork. As always, you smashed it. And Dan and Beck, my managers, who again put up with all types of craziness from me. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you again for keeping me company, coming with me on this journey, for listening to these songs, for encouraging me, for the constant support, the constant love. I feel unbelievably lucky to have you guys. Thank you so much. Please keep on streaming the album, even if the sound is off, because all of the money goes to charity, so you might as well just pop it on mute forever. And spread the word, please. If you do love the album, then, or like the album even, please spread it. Spread the word, share it with your friends, your family, your colleagues, whoever you want, really. This is the last song. Thank you so much. This is Summer Rain. I'll see you soon. No. Yeah.
What happened to that simple smile? The laughing boy, the dancing child. He walked the world and fell every mile. Now he aches when he wakes up, What became of happiness? Locked away in some forgotten chest, next to grandma's wedding dress. Pearls in her makeup. Oh my love, where did you go? Did you burn out quick? Did you fade out slow? Oh my friend, do you still remain in a photograph when we danced and laughed and played? In the summer rain, what happened to the spark in your eye, the fire in your belly and the sun in your sky? Burnt away and left you feeling dry. Now you're thirsty for something more. And oh my love, where did you go? Did you burn out quick? Did you fade out slow? Oh my friend, do you still remain in a photograph when we danced and laughed and played? In the summer rain,
Thank you so much. Lots of love. And I'll see you soon. Cheers.